Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the YouTube account 45-52. We're gonna try to finish out chapter 45 getting into this video, guys. Already set the formations, we got everything already. Now the third one is the Thorn cheese. So I'm really hoping that it is going to be an easy route or an easy way to get through here. Looking at our levels, guys, we're 200 level deficiency, 200 plus. As we continue to progress further into the campaign, of course, the levels just get higher and higher. Even going into the next chapter, guys, it is going to be a lot. It is going to be a lot when you start getting into the level deficiencies, which, of course, the closer you are within the levels, the easier the campaign stages get, and the pretty much the less amount of retries that you have to use in there. First team with Oden and all the Grez, guys, still works incredibly well within the campaign formation. This one, of course, the 5-pole. We tried this one earlier. It works really well. Even if Taylene dies, we still have the burn there. Queen, if she can ult, she can pull them together. Iran can actually freeze them. We have Ezio as a finisher in here. So it's pretty easy within the formation to get the teams down with the 5-pole. It is kind of a cheese with that awakened version of Taylene. Then, of course, guys, here it is. This is going to be the tough formation, of course. And I'm not sure if it's going to work because I have a... No, it should work. Again, this is the formation that a lot of players have utilized. So everybody comes around Thorn. There's the big retaliation. Just had Thorn left. We can get this to work, guys. Might take a little bit of RNG, might take a couple attempts, but guys, the Thorn cheese, again, it works. It works. That is really the big thing there, guys. Does take that RNG aspect, but there is no doubt that this formation works. Look at it, get everyone around it. And it almost looks like you get stunned right there again, that RNG factor. And it's interesting to see heroes like Thorn in the campaign, because you usually don't see him very much. Same with Cetrena. I know Cetrena, we do have a couple, but having Taylene in here as well, again, is interesting to see some of the bigger heroes here, or some of the more later game heroes. As we push later game, guys, they do have a little bit of a different hero setup in there. Very close on that one. We'll give it one more try, and then we'll go ahead and pause it and see if we can get this done. All right, guys, so it did take an incredible amount of time, but we finally got down that third team with the Thorn cheese. We're going to have to look at the replay and see what we can do. Now, this one, guys, Ainz running with Albedo in a heavy crowd control team. Kazard, of course, going to die right off the bat, but there we go. So everyone is in the frames. Damage amplification is there. Boom, just looking for the ult from Ainz. Pretty much the damage amplification, again, that Kazard lets in, just really... Or the one that Leonardo does with the duration extension of Kazard works incredibly well. And then, of course, the Lucretia comp, guys, still does just crazy well if you can get through the shields. Now, one thing about the campaign Respin, Respin puts up a really solid shield. You also do have Lucius in here, again, puts up a really solid shield. If you can kill the target before the shield gets up, it does work. If you don't, you're not going to get through the shields, guys. It is too strong of a shield to actually get through there. But 45-52 is done. Let's look at the damage in here and also the Thorn round. So 43, almost 44 billion damage right there from Grez, which is awesome. Iran putting up 17 million. The Thorn cheese, guys, 43 million damage. Thorn is still incredible right there. It is Ainz and Raku. And then our final one, of course, 51 billion damage from Lucretia, which is the reason why we do really build her and drive her home, guys. Just works incredibly well. Just like Scarlet, this formation, I love this formation. Heavy crowd control with the delay, which means that we're just waiting for Scarlet to ult. Boom. Once Scarlet's ults, guys, it's pretty much game over for a majority of formations. 12 billion, 15 billion damage. Even in that short amount of time, Raku put out that much damage, guys. Incredible, incredible. Now, this formation, we have the awakened version of Brutus. Brutus is really one of the primary. Soulless and Brutus, guys, I cannot stress it enough, is one of the absolute priority awakened heroes to build. A lot of utility in a lot of different game modes is the reason why players love to build out Brutus. Still very, very tough to get through Brutus, guys. His shielding ability, his damage, 29 billion, even 17, almost 18 billion there from Brutus, bringing us to 45-55, guys, making solid progression through here. And again, it is the Raku comp, which I love, just really reliant on the crowd control. And Zolrath, guys, again, Zolrath needs that 3 of 9 furniture, but the delay that Zolrath puts into combat is game-changing. It is literally game-changing with the delay he puts in there, and he is the hero that is very unique in what he does. The methodology behind Zolrath is one of the only heroes that does essentially what he does, which is cool. Now, Titus is, of course, a pain in this one because he is one of the very few maulers that do have a crowd control aspect. He will actually push this front line back, resulting in either Zolrath leaving the battle or crowd control in there. That's why a couple heroes, including Titus, even looking here, guys, both these heroes are coming over to the allied side. Even here, a little bit of a different formation. That actually puts Raku in the bottom. Because, of course, Leonardo is going to use his evacuation ability. If he takes that damage, he is actually just going to run away, which works really well. But there is the frame, guys. Even though it didn't, it looks like it didn't trigger it. The animation didn't trigger. It was still there. And 200 level deficiencies, guys. We are getting there. We are absolutely getting there with these comps. We also do have to get through Brutus' shield in this formation, which can be detrimental. So we're at what? I think 199 right now, guys. So we are 199 level deficiency. Again, the more that you're pushing the deficiency, the longer these battles just take. That is really the caveat to this, is it just takes a lot longer to get through these battles, guys. The more, not even the more attempts, but the more the difference is really with the level deficiency. And I'm wondering if a couple players were using like a Thorn cheese in here. Let's look at a few of the other formations. The Raku in here still, guys, even at a very, very low level. Look at that, 612 with Raku in here. Wow, that is very cool. And they swapped out Scarlet and actually put Kazard in here. Now remember, guys, Kazard is going to extend the duration of the debuffs by 60%. There's going to be a massive extension for the debuffs in here. I like the formation. I like the formation that came out of the Raku, Leonardo kind of Kazard formation. Normally we see like the Charmazard, but again, this is a very strong formation. If we can get the crowd control up while Raku is still alive. Have to keep Raku alive, guys. If Raku dies, you can see missing a lot of the damage within here. And Raku also amplifies his damage from the crowd control aspect, and he does his own crowd control. That is really the other part, guys. Is Raku also does have his own crowd control in here, which is kind of cheap, but kind of the reason why so many players do build him out. There we go, got the crowd control up. Raku can start taking out targets. Takes him out fast, guys. Look at that. When he buffs that speed, guys, 32 billion damage in that formation. Absolutely incredible. So 45-56. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get through here, especially if, and I'm pretty positive there's probably a Thorn cheese in here, which there is, guys. We have Lucretia, we have all the Grez, we have the Charizard in there as well. Let's see what's 690. So we're not even at 690, but they have run Baden in here. This definitely being a newer formation. You know what? I'm gonna go with, let's see what Housebound ran. Again, the awakened version of Baden. A lot of players running Baden in here, guys. Let's start this one and see what we can do in here. Of course, if Kren goes down early, which running Prince of Persia. So Prince of Persia, guys, once upon a time was one of the absolute best crowd control heroes in AFK Arena. We've seen his presence in a lot of PvP. He worked incredibly well. Since the metas have kind of changed over time, his crowd control has just kind of been sidelined by a lot of other heroes. We don't even see him in PvP anymore, but he will spam crowd control like crazy, which of course is going to trigger the damage that Raku is doing in there. Such a unique hero when he was built, guys. And even in here, you can see that we're kind of changing up the formation a little bit, putting in heroes like Naru. So a lot of players wonder why we put heroes like Naru in here. The big reason in a formation like this, even a level 1 Naru, is to get the faction bonus. The faction bonus, of course, guys, being the big thing in here. We want to make sure that we do get the faction bonus in here. That way we can buff up the attack of Thorn, which of course, guys, Thorn has to live. Thorn has to be, we're using Iran in here for the 5 pull, but the Iran might be a little bit too strong in this formation by the time we get Thorn up. We got to get that retaliation ability up on Thorn. This is what happens when you build out different heroes to different levels. You'll see that quite a bit. And there we go. There's the retaliation. There's once. There's twice. Almost took it down, guys. We just had a Strelda in there. So we know the formation works, but like I was saying, if you have some heroes that are much stronger than some of your other heroes, where if I have Iran that is at like an E60, completely built out, we see the same problem with the Lucretia formation running the awakened version of Ainz. The exact same problem is if you're building out heroes to a certain level, either the hero will not die, the hero will get crowd controlled, versus another hero, which you're kind of seeing in this one. There's the retaliation again. But you can see even Fulks in this formation is putting the confine up on Iran. Boom, there he goes, which means either he's gonna die like he did right there, or he's not gonna die at all. There, we almost got it done again, guys. We were so close, we just had Kalthar in there. The other thing with the Thorn cheese is the accuracy aspect. So within this formation, guys, you have to make sure, if you're fighting Kaz, if you're fighting Kalthar, if you're fighting some of those heroes, it is very difficult to negate the dodge that they have. That is where a lot of times you won't see the damage, but there we go. Thorn gets it done, guys. Like I was saying, though, you will not see the damage because the damage will be dodged, which stinks with a couple formations, but it works well. And here, of course, we have Lucretia just has to get the crowd control going. We're getting the link up here from Lorzen. We're getting the buffs here from Leica. We're getting the buffs here from Halos. Also with Granite, we're putting everybody into the petrified state, making it easy for Lucretia to get it done, guys. I definitely have to build out these beasts a little bit more based on the level. And again, in here, this team is really strong, guys. You've seen the damage that Grez can put out, and Grez puts out damage very fast, guys, which is the reason why the Ulna Grez combination even came around. Getting through here, though, it looks like we're not going to have enough through the shields. We're going to have to take out a couple of targets. In that formation specifically, Grez didn't even get buffed. Mortis actually died too quick. And there's also a big RNG factor, guys, on Silas. So Silas's ultimate ability, Silas's immunity, makes a big difference again on who is crowd controlled, where they're crowd controlled, and exactly what that looks like. Now, keeping Oden up in this formation is huge, guys. Oden scales. And Oden scales incredibly high, incredibly fast, which is the reason why players love building him, is that scaling aspect. Now here again, we might have too many targets to get down. Even Kalthar went down. 30 seconds, we have Thorn. Again, Silas is keeping them up too fast, guys. Silas is healing. You can see they're all full again right there. Silas is one that has to go down earlier because you have to get his clouds down. And Mortis, we need to get some buffs up, guys. Mortis is picking up the taint ability. Means that he's dying out. See, Silas went down. There's the buff. So we got one buff up. Mortis might do a second one, which there he goes, guys. Right on Oden. When he gets his buffs up, guys, this can be a game changer to the damage that Grez puts out. That is really the big thing, is Grez damage amplification will go through the roof if you can get those buffs up. Just have Thorn left. 32 seconds. We could do this one, guys. Mortis, of course, buffing up those minions. I think we're still going to have to kill him one more time after this. Got it. 9 seconds left. Very nice. Got that one done, guys. And then our final stage in here is the Charizard. Again, another one that is very, very high RNG in here. If Zolrath goes down early, it doesn't work as well. Kazard can provide his own crowd control, which again can kind of bring some of the RNG factor when it comes to a hero like Mahira, because of the RNG factor that we have with Kazard. So if Kazard doesn't die, he actually does provide a considerable amount of crowd control. Be like, now, of course, Zolrath not dying in this one. We need Rowan needed to ult right there. But we could still see this one. Hard to get through Brutus' shield, though, guys. We can't have Zolrath go down early. If Zolrath goes down early, you see the team just folds like we just seen right there. And Rowan's another one, guys. If we can get Rowan to ult, because his ult not only provides energy, but it also provides crowd control. That's the other really big thing with Rowan, is the crowd control aspect that he does provide in here with his ultimate ability. That is why for a lot of players say it is beneficial to build up Rowan just a little bit higher because of the crowd control aspect, the survivability aspect that he has. And Kazard, of course, guys, ultimate ability, freeze, crowd control. Just got to get this RNG factor done within this team. Even there, Rowan went down early, but Zolrath was still up at that point. So shield. Might be it, guys. So close on that attempt. Again, getting up that early crowd control there. Even Rowan got the ult, which means a lot of crowd control just went out as he took out Kazard. But we could still do this, guys. With Zolrath up, Zolrath again does a lot of damage. Just got to take out some of these targets. Again, the RNG aspect of this team, guys, is really, really high. Kazard went down, but I'm okay with Kazard. It's the rest of the team that we need to try to keep alive. And there's the rewind, which means Zolrath's coming back. See, even there, we had Tassie go back line, causing Mahira to turn around. That doesn't work, guys. Doesn't work with the turn. Rowan went down early. Zolrath is just fighting off. If you look, guys, Zolrath is fighting off a lot of totems. There's a lot of totems, but look at the crowd control up here on Brutus. That is what we like to see, guys. Because again, we're going to slowly work him down with the rest of the team dies. Means if we can get through Brutus. Don't think the immunity shield we're going to be able to do, though. That's the problem, guys. If you don't pop Brutus's immunity shield early, while you still have someone to tank, you're not going to be able to get through. You're not going to be able to get through that one. Brutus has to take bigger damage early. Right there, even Iran is working down Brutus. But the turnaround from Tassie. Give it 1 or 2 more attempts, guys. We are almost through this entire chapter. There we go. So the immunity got broke early. He is down. Brutus is down, guys. There it is. There it is. Let's run through the damage in here. Done. Look at that. 33 million damage from Kren. 32 from Thorn. 35 from Lucretia. 46 there from Grez. Then, of course, in this one, guys, 5 billion, 3 and 4 billion damage to complete that stage, guys. All right, so that'll do it for today's video, guys. Made a lot more progression through here. 45-57. We are so close to having this done. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.